So, hello. You're sitting in that seat.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time.
It's scary.
What's scary?
Those scary things down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to these because I've got them in the car. Not used to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just not used to sitting this side.
Mm-hmm.
For so long I've been practicing in that side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here I go.
Well, this is what this is all about, Jo, really, is the start of you thinking, feeling, speaking, looking and looking like a driving instructor.
It's very grown up.
Do you know, and this is when the fun starts. Actually, this is when the fun starts. What we will do over the next few sessions is absolutely make sure that your car is set up for you. You know the type of things that you need to be thinking about your own body position, about the extra mirrors, all that kind of stuff. So we will talk about that. But one of the first things I think is really useful and is often neglected in people's training is the scary pedals.
I don't want to look.
This is the first time that we'll introduce the dual control pedals, brake and clutch, but it will kind of seep into quite a lot of the stuff that you do. It's also a really fun thing to start with, she says. Don't be scared. Tell me what you know about dual control pedals. Anything in particular?
Not a clue. Not a clue. I don't know which is which. Okay. I don't even know.
If you had to work it out.
I don't even know.
Don't overthink it.
I would say that's the brake.
Uh-huh.
That's the clutch.
Press them.
Oh, yeah. That's the brake. And that's the clutch.
Okay.
Doesn't go down very far.
It will go all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stiff.
It may well be that you are not quite set up. So that's one of the things that you can do is set yourself up so that you're feeling like you are close enough to be able to action them exactly as you would as a driver.
Yes. That's quite awkward, aren't they?
Okay. In what way?
I think I'm too close now. Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
It was just stiff.
Yeah, yeah. So they feel different too.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. But then I guess the pedals in any car will be different. So even if you were sitting on this side, you'd probably think that my pedals are different to your car.
Yeah, probably.
So every pedal will be different.
Probably.
I think that one of the things that's really important to get to bond with when it comes to dual controls is that they possibly feel like they're in a slightly different place. And I wonder whether that's why you were confused about which pedal was which.
Well, there's two and there's not three.
Because there isn't a gas pedal, but where would the gas pedal be if there was a gas pedal?
Oh, okay, over there.
So there's it's no different when you look at them in terms of where your clutch and your brake is.
No.
Operated in the same way in terms of...
I wondered if it was like mirror.
Lots of people do think, wonder if it's mirrored.
Well, that just goes to show that if you don't know, you don't know. And why would a 17-year-old know any of it?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
That's interesting what you say about it being mirrored, because it's quite a regular comment from PDIs to think that it's mirrored, purely because we put you on the other side of the car. Yeah. So just by putting you in that side of the car has a psychological effect of making you completely confused about where your pedals are. That's why we're going to bond, because the first time that you need to use your pedals, you need to use them. You don't need to be thinking
which one's which.
So, Joe, we're going to do a session on dual controls. Do you know what we mean when we say dual controls?
I do, but only because of the zooms.
Go for it. Tell me.
I would say that the dual control is not just them. It's doing anything that the driver would normally do if I wasn't here.
Absolutely.
So that could be adjusting the mirror, turning the indicator off, anything.
Yeah. Any physical action that you take that the driver has a need to do themselves. Absolutely. So you're the dual. The dual is almost a verb to dual control, if you see what I mean. So the dual is you doing it. So during the session, I've got a little checklist because it keeps me on track as well. So in terms of what it is that we will cover is what a dual control is, when to use a dual control, so safety critical prevention, so obviously for a safety point of view, stalling and preventing a rear end shunt, and we'll explain that, and preventing rolling or stopping rolling from happening. And we'll look at when not to use a dual control, because that is just as important as when to. How to use a dual control in terms of when you might use a brake only, not a clutch. How we can use dual controls for demonstration purposes. Pupils' use of dual control is really interesting, and how you can get a pupil in that seat using the dual control, so I'll explain about that. The verbal communication that we need to have at the point where we are taking control of the car, so at that precise moment what we might say to a pupil and why it might be important that we say something to a pupil there and then, and how we then give back responsibility at the point where we might have physically intervened one way or another. The importance of then giving back the responsibility and everybody knowing everybody's roles and responsibilities again. So not just presuming that just because you've now stopped doing something that people knows it's their chance to take over again. So we'll look at that. And we'll look at briefly the importance of following up the fault as a learning opportunity, because if you've stepped in then there's probably a fault that has happened, and the importance of then following it up. Okay, so that is the general plan. So you're right about dual control. Dual control, anything is that you have taken physical control of to override or control the car. So tell me when you think that you might have to use a dual control.
When my main issue would be slowing the car down.
Okay.
When I think we're going too fast, because I can say off the gas, but there's something coming, a bike's pulled out, just.
So more of that immediate / emergency kind of situation that you don't have time to say anything about. Yeah, okay, I would agree. In terms of that then, what is your biggest form of dual control as an instructor? What do you reckon? Biggest way of controlling a car?
I don't know.
Your voice.
Okay.
Your voice is your biggest form of dual control. And that actually, if we think about using a dual control brake, one of the questions you have to ask yourself is, did I end up having to use a dual control brake to rescue myself? Rescue the situation?
Yeah.
Or should I have been 20 seconds earlier in what I was saying? So in other words, has my level of instruction not been correct that has meant that something has happened that I should have been verbally controlling before I had to physically control?
Yeah.
Okay, so your biggest form of control is your voice. Even the best instructors will be very happy to have some dual control brakes. Okay, but that's certainly to be considered. And we'll look at that in the other sessions about how you're getting your voice to do the work. So, safety critical prevention, that's basically what you're saying, safety critical prevention.
Yeah.
To intervene or prevent further issues from happening. What we will do is we will go for a bit of a drive, and I'm just going to get you to start using them. And what we're going to do is put you responsible for the clutch and the brake. So you're almost going to turn my car into an automatic car. So I've got the gas, and I'll do the gears and the steering and all that stuff.
Don't go nowhere busy, will you? Just up and down this little road is fine.
All I want you to do is...
God, I've got really hot.
have a little go at it. Okay.
Yep.
And I won't necessarily say anything verbally. I'm not going to do anything that's going to put us in danger. Okay. And of course I can override if you're not going to brake.
You dual control me, won't you? I forget to brake.
But we're just going to do this exercise because this is your way of bonding with them, knowing that they're there, getting used to the feel, because as you've said, they kind of feel like they're in a slightly different place. They might be slightly higher than you're used to. Yeah. And you've already noticed that they feel perhaps stiffer than your own car's pedals. So that's all we're going to do. So Jo, if you're happy that you are set up in a way where you can see and reach what you need to, and tell me if it gets too hot and you need some air.
How do I make this bit come
On the other side, the door side, you should have a lever.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And again.
Does it move?
Is there two levers, or was it just one lever?
I've made it worse. There's one.
Okay, lift it up and then bring your back away from the chair, because it could be that your back is slightly. There you go.
Oh, that's better.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Shut the door. Let it fall out.
Okay. So,
I was about to move that. I know that's actually for you, isn't it?
so have a think what we need to do, and I'm going to be led by you.
We need to get into first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, I went like that. To put it into first. Right.
And this is where you're going to start getting used to a bit of your own observations as well. It's not going to hurt to do that, so don't let me go.
I'm doing one thing at a time.
I'm happy if you're happy.
Oh my goodness, that's weird.
And just tune into the car. So if you think that the car needs second gear, give me some clutch and I'll be led by you. I'm going to turn left at the end of the road. So it's confirming you're responsible for your brake and your clutch.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like it. It's too fast.
What are you noticing?
Going too fast.
What, the car feels like it's going too fast?
Yeah.
Even though it's in second gear doing
Sorry.
doing 12 miles an hour.
Go on then, have third.
I'm going to take this next road on the left.
I do it properly.
I'm going to take the second road on the left, this one being the first. At the end of the road, we'll turn left.
Makes your legs ache. Oh, put on the accelerator.
At the end of the road, we'll turn left. How's it feeling?
Better. Wish I had that accelerator pedal as well.
Doesn't take long, does it?
No, actually it doesn't.
You're going going to take the next road on the right. And take the next road on the left.
I'm trying to accelerate.
Okay, go for it now. I guess this is all about you knowing my car and what it takes.
I've no idea what gear we're in. Oh, second.
The reason why the clutch is down now?
I don't know. I've no idea.